It's important that all of us stay informed today. There's an hour in which we live in which there's so much happening that we have to have information. Well, there's different sources. There's television, movies, books, magazines, cable television. But what would happen if you went to a bookstore to get some information and you wanted to look on the bookshelves, but somebody decided, no, we're not going to let you look at certain information. We're going to clear the bookshelves. How would you feel if somebody said, don't look at these bookshelves, but you've got to look at the other ones? I think I would be disturbed, and you should be too, because something like that is happening today. Back up the calendar a little bit. It wasn't long ago that this man, Walter Cronkite, brought us the news and the information we needed. But Walter Cronkite passed away, and we remembered that he was the man that was called the most trusted man in America. Well, they did a survey after his death recently. They said, well, who's the most trusted person today? And you know who came up? Dalai Lama, Oprah Winfrey, comedian Jon Stewart. I think it's a sorry indictment on our country if these are individuals we're looking to as the most trusted people that we have for information and news. What are we supposed to do? Well, there's many people today that are looking to the Fox network, but the White House is very upset with the Fox network. In fact, it's war. Let me give you the deal on what's been happening. A little while ago, the head of Fox News had a secretive meeting in Manhattan with the senior assistant at the White House, David Axelrod. And the two of them sat down and said, we need to call a truce on this war between the White House and Fox News. Well, not too long after that, the Washington Post and the New York Times ran stories, and these are liberal newspapers, admitting that, well, I think we've been lagging behind in terms of covering stories, and Fox is kind of leading the way in some of these stories, like the Acorn story about corruption in this agency, and then also a man named Van Jones, kind of a very strange individual with all kinds of philosophical, unique, to say the least, differences. And so these papers said, we're lagging behind. Fox is, in a sense, leading the way. Well, that caused rankles and problems at the White House. So Anita Dunn, the spokesperson for the White House, and Mr. Obama said, we have an opponent in Fox News, and began to discredit Fox News. We found others saying it's not a legitimate news organization. And then Mr. Obama himself, he was out on a Sunday morning talking to all the talk shows, but he excluded Fox News. Well, what is to happen? Well, here's what's happened. People are looking more and more to Fox News. The ratings in the evening, they're getting ratings combined more than CSNBC and MSNBC and CNN. Mr. O'Reilly and Greta Van Susteren and Shepard Smith, these are hard news communicators. This is objective journalism. But on the other side, you do have those that are giving opinion-based commentary, like Beck and Sean Hannity, and we have to keep the two apart. But it seems that the White House does not want this. And so recently they tried to exclude Fox from a particular meeting. But the other networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, and the other agencies said, you know what, it's time to draw a line in the sand. If Fox can't come, then we're not going to go. And I think they shook things up at the White House. So what are we supposed to do? Well, we need to be discerning, whether you're liberal, Democrat, Republican, moderate, independent. Fox has a motto, and they say this: we report, you decide. You have the right to look at the news and decide what's for you and what's right. Bookshelves that are emptied, may it not be the same thing with journalism and television today. We need all the networks, and I would say Fox is leading the way.